All right, Broncos country. The Denver Broncos dropped one of the Packers last night, 33-13, but it's not all bad. In fact, it's not really bad at all. It's preseason. Bo Nix absolutely is back. We're going to get into that, who the stars of the game are. We got game balls. We got lame balls. Probably get into those too. Bleav in Broncos, presented by FanDuel. Mike Carmellini, David Marshall. David, how's it going, man? Happy Saturday.
Dude, happy Saturday. Man, apologies. I couldn't stay up late for the post game. Glad we won't get these super late kickoffs in the regular season, but given a night to sleep on things, I think there's some stuff to be happy about. There's some stuff that I have a little bit of concern with, but we'll break it all down, guys. Be sure to get into the chat, like and subscribe to the Bleav in Broncos YouTube channel. Leave us a review on the podcast apps, and we already got Jackson in here joining in the live chat, so I appreciate it.
It's always good to see Jackson. I appreciate you coming in. He says, "What's up, everyone?" Well, it's Broncos talk, baby. So, look, man, first impressions, though, we got to talk about Bo Nix. He said it felt like riding a bike. It didn't miss a beat, and clearly he didn't. It was crazy last night, though. I do want to point something out to you. I don't know if you noticed this, but credit Zach Seegers for writing this down so I didn't have to, but 4 of Bo's first attempts, you had that deep out to Sutton where he was just called out. I mean, that was a great throw, great catch. I don't know, it was a little debatable whether that was actually a catch or not, but and then he had the seam ball to Waddle, which is a big hit. Then he goes back shoulder to Sutton. He does the wheel route to RJ for the touchdown. Like, they were not dinking and dunking last night. Like, he came out firing. And David, I told you Davis Webb was going to do that, and he did that with Bo Nix. It was really great to see.
Yeah, if Bo Nix is going to hit that like 4,500 yard mark that we've kind of hoped he could meet, the average depth of target needs to go up. Like, we know this offense can dink and dunk successfully, right? But man, this is the element of the offense that we need to vertically attack the defense a little bit more. And shout out to the offensive line, man. I thought they had a pretty good day. The starting offensive line, rather. Yeah. But Bo Nix had a clean pocket most of the time. That was wonderful to see. And he had a clean pocket on a lot of these throws downfield. And footwork looked pretty good. And zip on the ball.
For Bo, it was good for Bo.
Yeah. Zip on the ball looked great. And I think, again, the highlight, we all wanted to see it. Just a big play to Jalen Waddle, hits him downfield, and then you saw the acceleration for him to just pull away from that DB immediately, man. Like, he's definitely a 1,000+ yard wide receiver. Yeah. That's all I needed to see.
Yeah. T Fishes, Jackson, Super Bear, all you guys in here, appreciate you in here. Super Bear says, Bo good, Waddle good, running backs pretty good. Everything else is I mean, yeah. I mean, the depth on the roster did not show out last night, for sure. I do have an interesting stat for you. David, Bo Nix, of course, we've talked about this. His average air yards last year in 2025 was 7.3 yards. Last night with Davis Webb, 11.6 average yards per attempt is a pretty big jump. That shows you that they're looking to do some things a little bit differently. And with Waddle on board, it looks like they're going to be able to. And by the way, I will point out on that Waddle throw, Ingram and Bryant were both wide open too. He had his choices, and I saw that on several plays where Bo had choices. He could have gone several different places last night in that game. The scheme looked familiar and simple, but the dynamic of having Jalen Waddle out there is already rearing its head and showing, we talked about, David, how it could open things up. It was opening things up pretty good last night for him.
Yeah. And I'm excited for our running backs. Like, they're not going to have to face, like, J.K. Dobbins faced one of the highest rates of stacked boxes in the league last year. So I'm excited to see what he can do. These other running backs, we only saw R.J. Harvey get one carry, but I like, again, that they gave him an inside carry, made that 5 or 6 yards. That was awesome. And he just looked as solid as ever in the passing game. I think that, that wheel route that he had, that contested touchdown catch. Like he's going to be so good in the passing game. And like you said, now when defenses have to have extra eyes on Jalen Waddle every play, guys outside of that are really going to be able to thrive. So the safeties are going to be late coming over, and it's just gonna open up some things that we didn't have previously. So yeah, let's continue to throw down the field. Let's continue to be aggressive, put up some points. The offense, first team offense, they looked the part, and that's probably the biggest positive out of this game.
Yeah, 2 drives. Well, that and Bo's ankle, of course. We got to see him roll out. We got to see him run around a little bit. But, 2 drives, 2 scores. Good there. Some penalties, some early season stuff. They'll clean all that up. T. Fishes brings up Savion Jones. We'll get to him in a minute. I do want to comment about what you said about the run game. Now, we rushed for 20 yards total as a team. It didn't look like it was, I don't know. It didn't look like it was on Davis's mind too much to run the ball last night. I think the first team offense, and by the way, David, I keep saying by the way, because there were a lot of them in this game. Sean Payton said that Bo Nix is going to play 14 snaps, and he literally played 14 snaps. Like,
he stuck with it this
right
time.
on it.
Yeah.
Right on it.
Funny
14 on the nut. So
Huh.
I thought that was interesting. But yeah, Jonah Coleman had 3 rushes. Not a lot there for him. I thought he made what he could get, what was in front of him. And then RJ, of course, had the one really nice run. He looked good there. He had a great game. He's just a hell of a weapon for the Broncos. I know I talk about Coleman a lot. I talk about how much we missed JK a lot last year. But Coleman, I don't use this term lightly. He's right at elite out of the backfield now. If you look at any metrics, he's right up there with all the big names out of the backfield catching the ball. He's a legit weapon, and it looks like we're going to use him a lot this year. Did we throw any screen passes last night?
Yeah, I think so.
Did we? So I was thinking about that. I was watching everybody else. I saw a lot of, backs outfield running these little out routes or wheel routes or whatever, but a lot of slants, a lot of quick game. But I was trying to think if we actually set up a bubble screen last night, and I didn't remember one. So maybe we won't be using that quite as much this year if I can't remember one.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
But
so
I did want to comment on that really quick, Mike, just about, throw the ball around. Let's see what we got in these quarterbacks behind Bo Nix. And with the improved competition, I think we at least have a clear idea of what we got behind him. I don't know if it's a glowing review, right? But we got an idea.
Yeah, so obviously Bo comes out, plays great, 6-9, 76 yards and a touchdown, 123 points, something, 126 something rating. I don't know. And then Jared Stidham comes out, and it was not pretty. He had a nice, maybe one nice throw. He didn't look settled. He didn't look comfortable. Of course, he had the interception that was really bad. He was thrown to Kroll there late.
Thrown. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he ended up with like a 47 rating. I don't know, I'd have to go look at a different page than what I got in front of me. But, and I'm sitting there thinking, David, like, okay, Ellinger, here's your chance to come in and show something. Man, he got very few snaps, and I think he only threw 2 passes the whole game. Like, there just wasn't a lot for him here. I've got find the snap count. So Ellinger was in for 9 plays. So he had 9 plays, and he was 2 of 2 for 10 yards. Yeah, 2 passes. So I don't know what they were looking for. I don't know if they were trying to get Jared more time. But I think the Broncos might want to start seeing what's out there here pretty soon, David. Look, man, this is a really good football team. And you saw the drop-off from our starter to our second string and third string quarterback last night. And this is the time where it's supposed to be easy, the preseason, where the defenses are vanilla. And Stidham had good players out there, man. There were still good players on the field. Ingram was still out there. Not that he had the best night in the world, but there were still legitimate players out there. Franklin was out there. Come on, man. Do something.
Well, you don't have a perfect offensive line in front of you, and again, Packers are a better defense than Atlanta. You're going to deal with non-perfect conditions, a little bit of chaos up front, and we saw again, that when Stidham has to deal with some chaos, he folds, and we saw some bad throws. We saw him target some guys downfield that were great, but it was a great idea, but not placing the ball well downfield made it tough for guys to go up and try and make contested grabs. And yeah, again, that interception was just inexcusable. So what I'm expecting right now, I think that they've kind of shown their cards with the little snaps they've given Sam Ehlinger. He's going to be cut. I would imagine they try and keep him on the practice squad, but the real question is do they just ride with Stidham, even though they know he's old enough now where we can't play the potential game with him. Like we've seen enough from him. He's on one start in his NFL career. Do we try and go and make a move for bringing in another backup quarterback to eventually replace him this year and then into the future when his contract runs out? I think that's one of the biggest question marks, because I know it's hard for guys to trust in the locker room, their backup quarterback. The guys might like Stidham, but I don't really know with how he's gone out and play if any of these guys really trust him to right the ship if Bo goes down.
Yeah. Well, you hit the nail on the head. Like if Stidham has a clean pocket and everything's going fine, he actually can sling the ball around the yard pretty good. But yeah, he just doesn't react well to pressure. He doesn't play well under pressure. He doesn't play well in any kind of pressure, honestly, whether it's from the defensive line or the pressure of the game from what I've seen. So I guess I would be surprised, David, if they don't, see what's out there. You would think George and Sean have had this conversation. I know Sean likes him. I know the team likes him, but if you can't go out there and win 2 games for us or 3 games for us in a Super Bowl run, maybe you might need to be replaced. Look, man, I think this is one of our biggest questions right now, David, is that backup quarterback position. By the way, if it wasn't for Green Bay, I had the scoring about right, but I had it opposite. I had it like 30-10 or something like that, or it was 33-13, but the other way. We would have got the over. I did say take the over. So shout out FanDuel for having the over under right where it was supposed to be. But yeah, I should have definitely taken it. I didn't, to be honest with you, I didn't take it, but I did call it out. So yeah, so we got some game balls, I think, that should probably still go out. Of course, Bo and Waddle were really good. RJ limited snap, but super impact on the game. So those guys all get a game ball. Anybody on the defense for you, David, get a game ball? Because I have one.
I'll give one to Q Robinson for his sack. That was nice to see. What about you?
I got Malcolm Roach. I thought he played a heck of a game. Zach Allen played a heck of a game. Look, there's so few snaps there for these guys. It's hard to give out a lot of game balls. Q Robinson actually did really well in the pass rush game, but man, on contain on the later in the game when he was in there, maybe the second quarter, they ran like 3 plays to the same side right at him, and they all went for like 8 yards, and he just completely lost contain there. So he's still working on some of his game. He's got the pass rush stuff down. And I mean, again, too, we had Tillman covering running back, covering Marshawn Lloyd out of the backfield on that touchdown. We're not really running our A++ defense.
I don't know.
Here,
we kind of looked at that. I've seen clips rotating or circulating on Twitter about how Alex Singleton just dropped way too far back in his zone.
He was in the back of the end zone. Like,
yeah,
where was he going?
Made no sense. So maybe Singleton should have moved on to him. I'm not sure what went on there, but
well, Singleton.
We haven't even talked about the defense. I totally forgot about that.
Let's talk about
Riley's
it,
okay.
We need to. I mean, and first off, I understand that they're not game planning, and there were a lot of communication issues that hopefully we don't see again. But on that play specifically, Singleton drops to nowhere, almost to the back of the end zone for some reason. Like I don't know what who he's defending there.
Nobody was even running routes over there, man.
Yeah,
Like,
nobody's even there. So he abandons his part of the field, and of course that's where Lloyd basically walks into the end zone. Then you've got Tillman covering Lloyd. Okay, fine, but if you don't have help, that's not really good. And then on the other side of the field, I mean, Singleton's making some sort of call over to Jahdae Barron and J-Mac. They look at each other. They don't understand it. PS2's standing there like, what are we doing? But at least PS2, he was the only guy that covered his man on that touchdown, because they had 3 guys open for a touchdown on that play. And you could argue another one was close, but PS2 took his guy out of the play, back of the end zone. J-Mac and Jahdae Barron, J-Mac wanted to stay with the one guy, but then he saw Jahdae wasn't following the other guy, so he tried to follow his guy, or who he thought was, and then they just both ended up standing there. Well, it didn't go their way anyway, but either one of those two would have caught a touchdown pass too. It was a really, really ugly series of plays there for the for the starting defense, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah. And it just kind of got off to that weird start. Like, I thought Surtain, it was weird. He got beat a couple times, but I thought he stripped Christian Watson there.
Mhm.
Riley Moss recovered it. They ended up reversing it. He laid out Christian Watson on another pass later on in the first quarter.
I didn't like that.
Man, I thought that we were going to start out with a forced turnover. Again, Riley had to exit the game. Hopefully it's nothing serious. He's kind of pointing to his rib area, so hopefully he's got no broken ribs or anything like that. But up and down day for Jahdae Barron, beat for a touchdown, missed an open field tackle in the run game. I think he did have a TFL as well, but yeah, with like these communication issues, it's like, guys, man, everybody's been in the same defense for 2-3 years now. Like,
yeah,
I don't understand it, but this defense has earned the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
I'm Kansas City. My expectation is that they will be on it. They will be prepared and ready.
They'll be hitting Mahomes if he's back there a lot. They're gonna come at him pretty hard, I'm sure. Yeah. T-Fish and Steezy both disappointed in the depth, but actually Steezy says the depth is great when elevated, but the threes aren't good. Yeah, I mean, this preseason, we got a lot of mixed bags out there, so hard to say. Yeah. Jolie did have a couple catches though, so Troutman had a catch. Ingram was open on a few. Nice couple chip blocks from him again. Nothing really to take away from those guys. I guess the big takeaways obviously are Bo Nix. He's was back and he looked great. Like 2 highlight throws for sure. Almost you could argue 4 highlight plays. The one to little Jordan Humphrey was perfectly placed, and God bless Jordan Humphrey for your practice squad position is still safe. Benito, he had a 1 encroachment or offsides penalty, but he was playing really well. Malcolm Roach, I already said. Jonah Ellis was kind of a non-factor, but Q Robinson kind of was. Like that whole room looked good. The defensive line looked good. I was really happy with that, but I'd be remiss if I didn't point out one inside linebacker was Corinne Reed, who, even though Murdoch, shout out to Red Murdoch, was our leading tackler again. Corinne Reed, dude, he looked quick, instinctual, fast to the ball. I liked what I saw again from Corinne Reed last night.
Yeah, I am feeling better about the depth we have at linebacker. It was good to see Jordan Turner out there again for the first time. I don't know if he necessarily had a great game, but yeah, it was nice to see. Feeling a bit better, even though the score doesn't reflect that, about what we got in linebacker behind Singleton and Sternad. So yeah, hats off to him. Yeah,
you want to see something there, because Singleton, to circle back to that, I have 6 marks on my sheet here. That's bad. When I put a mark on my sheet, I have 4 for Stidham. I have 6 for Singleton. He's my highest on the bad. Look, man, he had a rough outing. He looked slow. He looked slow to react. He was picking the wrong place to be several times. He picked the right place to be on a pretty simple I don't know if it's just a power concept or whatever it was, but they got like 4 yards and he just stood there and waited for the running back to come to him. And I just thought that was really, that made me uncomfortable. Like I wanted, like you figured out where the ball was being run and then you just stood there and waited for it instead of running in there and making the stop. That really upset me. And then of course the touchdown play and a few others, like Singleton was really bad. And maybe that's why Corinne Reed looked like such a breath of fresh air when he was out there, because I keyed in on him and he looked good. So, we got the whole week to go over this stuff. We'll get more into the players. We'll certainly update the 53 next week, David.
Yes.
You guys need to know that we are not, it's not all sunshine and roses, but I mean, the most important stuff last night, guys, was obviously Bo Nix, Jalen Waddle, just the operation of the team, specifically on the offense. I think we can forget about Davis Webb having some hiccups early, or at least not some big ones. It looked really smooth to me, David. So,
yes.
Tell everybody where they can find us, and get them to like the stream, would you? By the way, we have increased our subscribers by 30% in 1 month since we took over.
Let's go, guys.
Just today.
Continue to smash that like, subscribe. It's tremendously helpful in us becoming the fastest growing podcast out here in Broncos country.
Mm-hmm.
But you can follow Mike if you want to hear more of his voice over at Mile High Monsters on YouTube. And you can find me over at David Talks Broncos on YouTube. I'll have some more stuff coming for you later today. But really appreciate everybody tuning in, especially in the live chat. You guys help make this the funnest thing. So shout out to you guys. Hit that bell for notifications so you guys know when we go live on Monday.
Yeah, appreciate you guys all coming in. That's our show for today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. You might find me and David on David Talks Broncos or Mile High Monsters tonight, tomorrow for sure. So tune in, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Take care.
See you guys.